Welcome to our YouTube channel, Our Learning Journey. So what do you think today's video is gonna be about? You can see in the slide. Of course, it's math. So in math, we're gonna learn about converting fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions by 10, 100 and 1000. Thinking it's hard? It's very easy. So first, let's learn how to convert fractions to decimals. Okay, so let's take example of 98 by 100. Okay, so for converting this, the first step we have to do is write the number which is in the numerator's place. You have to write 98 since there's 98 in the numerator's place. So the next step is to see how many zeros are there in the denominator's number. So remember, we're doing it by 10, 100 and 1000. No other number than it. Those three. So we have 2 zeros in here. So we have 2 zeros. Okay. For now, next step is you need to check how many digits there are in this numerator number. We have 2 numbers here also. So now keep the decimal point. Since there are two zeros, you need to keep the decimal point before 2 numbers. So we have to start from the units place. 1, 2. So we need to keep the decimal point before 2 numbers, which it becomes 0.98. So let me tell you another example which is a little different. So now take the example of 9 by 10. Okay, 9 by 10. First step, you have to write the numerator's number. Next, check how many zeros there are in the denominator's number. We have 1 0. So we have already one number here. So we need to keep the decimal point before one number, since there is only 1 0. So this is the first number. We have to keep the decimal point in here. Okay, then it becomes 0.9. For your clear understanding, let me tell you 2 more examples. Okay. For suppose we have 98 by 10. So in this case, I'm going to tell you what to do. So first, it's simple method. You just have to follow the steps which I told you. First, write the numerator 98. Then check how many zeros there are in the denominator's number. There is 1 0. Okay, next you have to write, now you have to check how many numbers there are in this number. There are 2 numbers. You need to keep the decimal point before one number, because this denominator has only 1 0. So we have to keep the decimal point before one number. Okay. Now 98 by 10, if we convert it into decimals, it becomes 9.8. So let me tell you another example. If there is 28 by 1000, first you need to write the number 28. Then you need to check how many zeros. There are 3 zeros. Then you need to see how many digits. 1, 2. Then you need to keep the decimal point before 3 numbers. Oh no, there are only 2 numbers but not 3. To make them 3 numbers, you need to add 0 before tens place. You have to add the 0 only before tens place. So since we have 3 numbers now, we can write the decimal point here because I have to keep the decimal point before 3 numbers. Now it becomes 0.028. So we have some more sums to solve in here. So the first one is 89 by 100. So let us solve this. We need to write the number 89 and then check how many zeros. Since there are 2 zeros, we have to keep the decimal point before 2 numbers. So 1, 2. Done. It becomes 0.89. Okay. Now let's check the second one. Here it is 2 by 100. Write the decimal and the numerator and check how many zeros. 2 zeros here. Oh no, there's only one number. As I told you, you have to keep a 0 before this number. So it becomes 2 numbers. So I have to keep the decimal point before 2 numbers. So it becomes 0.02. Let's go to the next one. It is 34 by 1000. So 34. I have to add another 0 because there are 3 zeros, and write decimal point because it is. You have to write a decimal point before 3 numbers. So the next one is 844 by 1000. So write the number 844. We have 3 zeros. We already have 3 numbers. So we need to keep the decimal point before 3 numbers. So it becomes 0.844. So the next one is 92 by 10. So write the number 92. We have 1 0. So I have to keep the decimal point before one number. That's it. Easy and simple, right? Okay, now let's go to converting decimals to fractions. So this is much easier. Example, you have 0.2. So in here you need to write this one. You need to write the decimal point, and then you need to check how many zeros are there in the whole part. So since we have 0, we need to keep 1 0. Before it, you need to keep 1. That's it. It's 2 by 10. Now let's take a little bit higher. Since we're only doing it by 2 by 10, hundreds and thousands, and we're not going to keep any decimal part. Okay, so now let's take a little bit higher. 9. So to make this, first you need to write this number, then check how many numbers are in here. There are 1, 2, 3. Then you need to write 3 zeros in here and write 1 before the 3 zeros. Then it becomes 292 by 1000. That's it. Let me give you another example. So the other example is 298. So first you need to write the number 298. Since you have 3 numbers, you need to write 3 zeros. Before the 3 zeros, 1. So you have 298 by 1000. It's easy and simple, right? So I have given you some more sums of converting decimals to fractions. So let's solve them. 0.98. So write 98. Since we have 2 numbers, write 2 zeros and before it 1. 98 by 100. Next, 0.234. So in this, we need to write 234, and then since we have 3 numbers, write 3 zeros and write 1 before it. That's it. So the next sum is 0.983. So let's write 983. Since we have 3 numbers, 3 zeros. Before 3 zeros, 1. So 983 by 1000. .13. So write 13. Since there are 2 numbers, 2 zeros, before 2 zeros, 1. That's it. We solved all of them. So we are giving you some sums. So please write them in the comment section. Let me read them for you. 91 by 100, 21 by 10, 0.8, 99 by 10, 0.987, 0.23. Let's revise what we have learned today. We have learned how to convert decimals to fraction and fractions to decimals. Hope you liked today's video. Please like, share, comment, and also please don't forget to turn on notifications so you guys can be notified when we post new videos. And also please comment the answers too. Have a nice day.